Top of the morning to ya! Sometimes I ask for the wrong things. Recently, I've been struggling with this dilemma. You heard about it on a recent video on just spreading the good news. This morning, I ran into that dilemma again. I don't know if I'm even gonna, I'm just kind of talking. I don't have a what, why, lesson, apply agenda or anything, but I start my day with the morning savers from the Miracle Morning, and that's a great routine, a great practice to do. And the first part of the morning savers is the S, and S stands for silence. I do two things during my silence time. First, I clear my mind. I clear it out. I try to make sure nothing's there. If things come in, I dismiss them. I settle in and sink into my chair imaginarily. I just fill myself with God's peace. And as part of that practice, sometimes I go longer if my mind's like going batty crazy. And sometimes I go shorter and transition into prayer. My prayer used to be Brian talk, 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 and Brian talk. And that was it. These days I've been trying to give God a chance to get a word in edgewise. And I don't hear well. So today the question was, and maybe I shouldn't be asking questions. Wow, that's a good insight. Maybe I should just be listening to God. I also pray at the start of that no other spirits, no evil comes in, and that God and Jesus protect that holy space where I'm praying and listening. Because all those ideas coming to my head initially could be coming from anywhere. So as I said my prayer this morning, I'm like, Lord, what should I do? And in alignment with recent readings on Psalm 46:10, and I know it, I have it memorized as, be still and know that I am God. And it goes on to talk about some other things right there in the verse. But in the NASB version, it says, quit striving. And I have this feeling that I've just been striving so much, just striving and striving and striving. And the prayer, God, what should I do? God, tell me what to do. Do, for me, is like striving and creating. My coach last week said, quit creating and start receiving what God has for you. And that's just been a struggle for me. So I kind of said, God, tell me what I need to hear. And I didn't hear anything. And I need to do some more of that. Hearing and listening and seeing what he's got in store for me. So if you identify with this in any way, well, either way, why don't you, for action for you today, write down in the comments, do you hear from God? And do you listen in your prayer? Or do you do all the talking? I know I've done all the talking, and I typically do all the talking, but it's time for me to start talking less, because he's got better stuff to say than I do. He's got a better way, a better plan, a better vision. One of my statements during my speaking talk is, I believe in a God that knows that, how did it go? I can only say it in context. I believe in a God that knows better way better, that can do better, way better than I can. And yeah, so that's the message today. Like, subscribe, and do your homework down below. Do your homework down below. Do you talk to God? Do you listen to God? Do you do both? And do you hear from God? You be blessed.